Hello, peeps.
Hi. Happy Halloween. I brought my
well,
Halloween
tomorrow,
snow globe. Well, it's still,
I
it's
know.
mischief night.
You see, I was going to put a mask on, and they said you don't need one. You've already got one.
No, I said you're so
not
handsome
nice.
you don't need a
It's
mask.
not nice at
That's
all.
what I said.
Yeah, she said I'm going to scare everybody everywhere.
That's
Anyway.
not what I said. No. But yeah, I did bring our Halloween snow globe, and as you guys know, we're big snow globe proponents
Yeah, I
because
don't know what's going on here.
well, there's gold and happiness and all kinds of fun stuff hanging out with us today. But this is our mascot, and it will change via seasons, of course, because this is our reminder of when we get really, really busy in our minds. And that's what happens when we think that we have to do something, when we think that there's something going on in our life that we're not happy about, and we need to fix it or change it, and it comes in the doing. But the Halloween spook is on us, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Because that's not the case. It's not in the doing. It's in the being. It's in the seeing. It's so funny because I was just on a call with one of my lovely, beautiful, delicious clients, and we were talking about, she had something going on at work, and we just had a conversation about not having the need to be right. Just allowing people to be who they are, understanding that we all live in separate realities, which means that we all see things through our own personal lens. And our own personal lens is created via our upbringing, our beliefs, our conditioning. We can't really rely on it as deep truth. It looks true to us. However, when we understand that we all live in separate realities, that gives us it's almost like a blanket, right? Or an allowance to have compassion and understanding for ourselves and for others. So when we see that on a deep level, it's like, oh, hey, who's right? You know, we can all just be who we are. We can allow people to have their opinions. We can allow people to create in the world the way they see fit without having anything on it. It was so funny because we had that conversation and she was like, oh my goodness, I don't need to say anything. I can just let things be the way they are and understand they see the world differently than I do, and that's okay. How beautiful and freeing is that?
Yeah. And it's amazing, isn't it, that we put so much more on our plate.
Yes.
We're trying desperately to get into this calm place, or to think, efficiently, or to treat people right. You know, I mean, let's face it, when we've got so much on our minds, it's hard to treat people right because you
don't know what right
so
is.
frustrated,
Yeah.
and you're so sort of worked up.
Yeah.
And the idea is being sort of puts everything into one big package. You know, it's like I need to be a good person, or I need to treat people right. But if you're being a thoughtful or a caring or compassionate person, well, that has put in a complete package of everything you need to do in order to be a compassionate, caring person.
Yeah.
I was listening to a guy called Craig Ballantyne, and I'm not really into now these sort of go-get-'em tiger types. However, occasionally, I still listen to that sort of thing. And he is great at setting up your day. And what I loved was, because I'm not an avid to-do list type person, but what he said was, have a not to-do list. And I thought, well, that's great, because that works with what we talk about.
Absolutely.
The idea of taking less off your plate rather than putting more on.
Yeah.
A to-do list, oh my gosh, we've got to tick off those boxes. But a not to-do list prevents you, well, I mean, it theoretically prevents you from doing the things that don't serve you.
Right, I love that. So for a not to-do list, I would have worry on the top of the list.
Right.
Don't
You
worry.
just saved yourself a whole lot of time,
exactly.
and effort and energy just by saying, okay, not to worry. It's like we always say about what we can do and what we can't do, right? So you can't change things by worrying, right? So it makes no sense. You cannot change circumstances, in all honesty, once they've happened, right? So there's no point in worrying about them, thinking about them, trying to do things about them. You know, it's moving forward. What can you do in the future?
Right.
What are you capable of?
Now that something's already happened, how
Yeah.
can I show up? I love what you said in the beginning is when we show up as the essence of who we are, allowing our innate well-being to shine, which is where we're already comfortable in our own skin. We don't have a need to change anybody else or anything. We're already kind and loving because that's our innate state. Then when we go out into the world, we exude that as a result of us being just genuinely who we are. All the things that we worry about seem to fall into place. And that was the conversation that I had with my client earlier when she realized, oh wait, I don't have to fix or change that. I can just be in the world and be understanding and be compassionate and see, not make myself be compassionate, but see that that's genuinely who I am. When I realize, oh, there's nothing to fix or change within me. I'm okay and you're okay. And we're both allowed to be in the world with our own opinions and seeing the world the way it is. And here's what's so cool, is that when we're in an open, positive, we say in the green state of mind, right? When we're feeling loving and joyful and caring and compassionate, if there's something for us to do, it will be crystal clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, think of the to-do list.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do, hi Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
If you're trying to do the right thing, or you're trying to do the things to be compassionate to people, that's a whole to-do list. If you're trying to help others, you know, be in a better place or whatever, that's a whole to-do list. But when you think about who you want to be in the world, and let's say you want to be a compassionate person, you've no longer got a to-do list, because what will happen is when you're being compassionate, compassionate words will come out of your mouth.
Mm.
When you're being loving, loving words will come out of your mouth. Now, you could have a whole to-do list of compassionate things to do, but if you're being an ass,
Well, if you're
assy
being
things are going to come out of your mouth, right?
Yeah.
If you're being stressed, if you're being stressed, stressful things are going to come out your mouth.
Yeah.
So the stepping back, the slowing down, and being who you want to show up in the world will be the ultimate to-do list that you could possibly do.
So we'll finish it off by saying there's nothing to do. There's so much to see when you look within. When you see that you're already okay.
Yeah, we're going to get one of those clicker things, because I got to go over there now.
We need a clicker.
This is very professional.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Take care.
Happy Halloween!